Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Digital Nomad TV, where we take you behind the scenes to help you make the most of the digital nomad lifestyle. I'm Kristin, and if you've watched this show before or if you've followed me on social media, you might know that Amsterdam is one of my favorite cities in the world, and that's exactly where we're hanging out here today, in front of the famous I Amsterdam sign, to find out what makes the Netherlands and Amsterdam specifically such a great hub for startups, entrepreneurs, and of course, digital nomads. Amsterdam was founded in the 13th century, and the city, especially the downtown center, still retains a lot of its original charm, but it's also a nice blend of new modern construction and a modern way of thinking and way of life. Some of the things I look for in a digital nomad destination are safety, infrastructure, and inclusiveness, and Amsterdam certainly checks all the boxes when it comes to that. The Netherlands consistently ranks in the top 25 safest countries in the world, so it's super safe, and Amsterdam has one of the highest concentrations of different nationalities on the planet. It's such an accepting culture, and there's something for everyone. People from any country can feel at home here. Also, 90% of the population here speaks English, so it makes it really easy to communicate. The city has a population of around 800,000 people, but there's actually more bicycles than there are people, which you will see all around us. There have been estimates of up to 1 million bikes in the city. We're here in the canal ring, where there's 165 different canals, and we're also surrounded by almost 2,000 bridges. But it seems like everybody is always riding their bike because it can take 2 to 3 times longer to drive somewhere than to bike. My other favorite way to see the city, besides bike, is by water, and so that's what we'll do today. The basics, the Netherlands is in the EU, and it's also part of the Eurozone. So the euro is their currency, and it's in the Schengen area as well. So what gives Amsterdam its great quality of life, and why is it such a great digital nomad destination? Well, first of all, there's a lot of transportation options. You can get around the city by bus, tram. The Netherlands was one of the first countries to regulate Uber, boat, bike, and pretty much anything you can think of. It's also what's called a green city, which means they have a really high focus on taking care of the environment. They have their own climate investment fund, and they have a goal to reduce their CO2 emissions by 40% by 2025. So some of the ways that they've done this is to create green spaces everywhere, lots of parks, gardens on rooftops. They've added solar panels to many of the houses and residential areas throughout the city. So what about food? Well, when it comes to that, the Dutch definitely know what they're doing. The Dutch are the second largest consumers of coffee in the world, and the Netherlands is also the largest exporter of beer. Yes. Besides coffee and beer, which everyone likes, am I right? There are 1,500 bars, restaurants, and cafes throughout the city, so there's food from all over the world, just as representative of the diverse population. Also, the Dutch are known for having amazing French fries, and I've tried them all over the city, and I can definitely confirm that they're delicious. You can even have French fries for dinner if you want, and I'm sure everyone's okay with that. Marijuana marijuana is decriminalized in the Netherlands, so you can smoke a joint in one of the coffee shops, and there's also a few other things on the menu there. Make sure you know the difference between cafe and coffee shop. So a coffee shop is where you can buy weed, and a cafe is where you can buy coffee. If having a good work-life balance is important to you, you'll definitely love the Netherlands. The Dutch are known for having one of the shorter work weeks, but high productivity. So they're a hub for business, but they like to work hard and play hard. When you're not at work, you can enjoy one of the many outdoor parks, cafes along the water. I just have to point out that the weather is not always like this, so don't get your hopes up. It does rain a lot, but when the weather is good, everybody's outside. There's lots of live music, outdoor festivals, and people are always out and about. The Netherlands was the first country to regulate gay marriage. It's LGBTQ friendly and very inclusive for people from any culture, and also especially for women. In fact, there are many more women than men here, which is a pro or a con depending on which side you're on. But the good news is women are respected in Dutch society, and the Netherlands and Amsterdam in general is just a great place to be, whether you can only stay for a short time or you're making it your home base. So that is why I think that Amsterdam is such a great digital nomad destination. Have you guys been to Amsterdam, or do you want to? Let me know in the comments, and make sure to like this video and subscribe for more weekly episodes of Digital Nomad TV.